So Callisto Protocol has come out with a new update, but this update has fans divided on whether it was actually good for the game or it actually made it less scary and less fun. Now this update comes with a bunch of performance fixes, optimization fixes, quality of life changes, but what people are mad about is the new combat changes. But before we get into that, go ahead and like and subscribe if you are new to the channel and you want more Callisto content. I will be covering all this game's DLC and everything like that, so go ahead and like and subscribe. But now the biggest thing with Callisto Protocol's new update is that it changes combat. If you don't know, it basically makes Jacob, it lets Jacob heal faster, and it also lets him swap weapons faster and reload faster. Now this has fans divided on whether that was actually good or a bad change, because some people say it makes the game less scary now that he heals so fast and it's less tense, and it's just overall it makes it easier for people and it's more accessible for everybody. But on the other hand, you have the people that are saying it's good because the combat is just not as good as it could be, and it's very shallow and it's very just bare bones. Now when fans were divided, I was very actually surprised by this, because I thought Callisto was universally ragged on for its shallow combat and its overall combat that's not well designed, as many people said. But whether I think this update is good or not, I'll tell you guys later in the video. But I basically wanted to ask you guys, what do you guys think of the update? Was it good or was it bad in terms of making the game less scary, or does it make the game more enjoyable overall? I would really love to hear from you guys, because I was surprised when I posted that recent video of mine, and a lot of people, it was like, I wouldn't say it's 50-50, I guess it's more like 70-30 maybe. 70 people think it's good, 30% think it's kind of like less scary and it just doesn't make the game as fun or as survival horror-esque, I guess. But I would love to hear from you guys. Just put in the comments whether you think it's a good update or a bad update and why. I mean, overall though, the update, combat aside though, the update was actually good for the game. It fixed a lot of stuff, but I think to appease both sides, I think there should have just been an option for slower animations, because some people think that that was the intent of the game developers, to have the animations that slow and have Jacob switch weapons slowly and have Jacob heal that slowly. So I think to appease both sides, what you would need to do is, I think you would need to basically just have an option to switch back and forth between old animations and new animations. I feel like that would appease both sides and both sides would be happy. But now, something you should never do on the internet is give your opinion, and that's what I'm about to do. Do not get upset over my opinion. It is not what you guys think, and you guys do not have to think the same way as me. That's the great thing about opinions. They're all different. Do I think that the update was good or bad? I think that the update was actually really, really good. Every combat and everything. So I think with the healing, definitely that it's better, because if you're playing the game on the hardest difficulty, like I was playing on the hardest difficulty. Now, I really think that the game discourages you from actually trying to heal during combat. There's no way that I would ever heal during combat. It is too much of a risk, because if an enemy is on you, their speed, they're going to catch up to you. There's no way that I would actually just heal. The thing is, you would have to play nearly perfect in every encounter, and there was no really healing during combat unless you pushed the enemy away, you ran away, but then they'd still chase you. And this Callisto has the thing where an enemy can just hit you in the back at any moment, pretty much. So they're pretty much faster than you. So it really just doesn't work, in my opinion. Now, some people are going to say, oh, well, that's the point of it. You know, it's survival horror. You're supposed to survive every encounter without healing. And I'm like, that's part of surviving. You have to know when to heal and when not to. I don't understand. So that's my thing. Is it adds a little bit more depth, because now you can actually push them away and just start healing automatically, and then you can actually get away with it. Whereas before, you really had to go out of your way to get away with it. It was just so difficult and so not worth it at that point. When I'm playing the game, I would rather fight the monsters and just end up getting lucky, rather than pushing them away, running away, hiding behind something, and then healing. And then there's still a chance that they would catch up to me. I would rather just take my chances, and if I was going to die, just die, rather than fight the monsters. Like, I would rather just take the L and die, or get lucky and win the combat encounter. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty, I guess you could say it is exciting at first, maybe when you have to do that, but I feel like it just gets really tedious. I feel like that's the biggest thing with Callisto, is it's very tedious. I feel like it's more, and people will say, oh, well, it's supposed to be difficult like that. I feel like there's a fine line between difficult and tedious and annoying. I really feel like Callisto comes off more as annoying and tedious. The game isn't even really that hard to begin with. It's really only tedious and annoying at some points. Like, it's just annoying that I cannot heal in a combat scenario because Jacob is not fast enough, and I have to go out of my way to hide behind a little ass crate to heal. That is annoying to me, at least. I mean, some people have different opinions, but with the faster reload and the faster weapon swapping, I feel like that is a nice change, because you can now push an enemy back, swap real quick, to whereas it's just, I would never try to swap weapons in the middle of a combat encounter. If I was in the middle of a combat encounter, I am not switching weapons. I'm going to run out of ammo and keep swinging. I feel like these two things really just add a little bit more depth to where you can do more in combat, and I am all for this getting changed and actually working to where you have way more mechanics while in the combat, if you guys get what I mean. I just think that overall, I understand what you guys are trying to say, that, oh, well, some of it is intended and some of it is part of survival horror, but it's like, I feel like it's just bad game design. Overall, like, I feel like the slower animations are just bad game design. Like, it just doesn't work, and this actually kind of adds more depth to the combat, and actually you can heal now in combat, swap weapons, you can reload faster. It actually adds a little bit more. I do agree with some of y'all that are saying that I feel like it should be a perk. I feel like the faster healing should be a perk, and maybe the faster reload as well should be a perk in the game. I do agree with y'all on that. That would be actually pretty interesting, and I think maybe that would appease both sides. Maybe it would be better, but I think the game overall needs more upgrades. Like, I think it'd be interesting if you upgrade your health and then upgrade maybe your suit or something like that. I feel like the game doesn't need more upgrades anyways. But other than that, just so y'all know, this is my opinion. Do not get upset over my opinion. And I know some people are gonna say that, oh, well, it ruins the tension of the game. I disagree. I feel like the tension is still there, because you still have to decide whether you actually can heal or not. For me, there's more of a chance of me healing during combat and maybe not getting away with it, or maybe getting away with it now, because I would never take the risk of healing during combat in that game, because it is just not worth the risk. It is not worth the risk before, but now it is. Overall, I feel like it was a good update. I appreciate y'all for watching. I do have a playlist of where I'm playing through the game, so if you guys do like my opinion, or you guys just like me giving opinions on certain aspects of the game, you can watch my playthrough of Callisto. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.